Welcome back to The Noble Marriage, where we have real, raw, and relatable conversations all about marriage and life.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Adele. And welcome to a bonus episode to episode 10.
A bonus episode prior to the PTSD episode. I think that this one, you'll get a ton of value prior to watching the next episode.
Yeah, it's going to be all about mental health in the next episode, where Travis shares all about how he struggled with PTSD and how he worked through that. And so you're going to want to join us for that. But this episode is a special episode about real, raw, and relatable things that are happening
right here,
right now.
Right now. Stay tuned. Hey, babe.
Hey.
Are you ready for today?
Yeah, let's actually talk about gratitude first.
I want to go first.
I'm just curious. When was the last time that you shared gratitude with your spouse or significant other? We know, based on research, that it is 1 to 20. So that means for every 20 deposits that you put in, you only get one witdraw. One.
Yeah, and that's for a healthy, thriving marriage is a 20-to-1 ratio, and that's from the Gottman Institute.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a second. So there's a thank you. I can be appreciative and thank you for things. And
thank you is more for like things you do for me or provide for me. Like, thank you.
Yeah. I was going to also say, if I go to a fast food restaurant and order a food, or I go to a restaurant and order food and they bring it, I can say thank you because I appreciate them bringing the food. But I think gratitude is a different level of appreciation for someone.
Right. It's a heart level.
Yeah. It is. So do you want me to go first, or you want more you want to say about gratitude?
No, that was it.
I think there's more I want to say about gratitude. It really does create the way of having a good feeling about who it is you're speaking about. So if I have gratitude for you, I'm looking for the positive things in you, and I can't help but to see more and be more grateful for those. It has a multiplying effect, whereas I'll tell you, there's a lot of times, Adele, I don't look for gratitude in you. I look for ways to complain about you and look for things that how you're failing in life. And I can also find multiple of those too, and I can really expound on those, and what you look for, you will find. And so gratitude is just such a great way to look for things I'm grateful for, even if it's small. Like, I'm really grateful that you chose to brush your teeth and take a shower.
Right. Small things. Yeah, it used to be really hard for me to find gratitude for you, especially when our marriage wasn't doing very well. If somebody were to say, "What are you grateful for Travis for?" I would be like, "Oh, I can tell you all of the things I'm unhappy about."
Right.
And so something really interesting about gratitude is you have to really push through. It's really important to push through not feeling like having gratitude.
Did you know you can't be negative and grateful in the same mindset?
It's not possible.
Yeah, it's just completely different feelings inside of our body, and it's impossible to do that. So what Adele's saying is if you choose to go for gratitude, it won't be immediate. It takes a bit to get into that heart posture of gratitude, but when you do, you're no longer negative.
Yeah.
Man, this goes down just a path.
We could go
I want
on
to talk
and on
about
and
how
on.
I used to have a negative mindset and how I got out of it.
Yeah. Another episode for another day.
Yeah. Gratitude. That's how I did it. Just real quick.
Yeah.
Gratitude's how I did it.
Yeah.
So grateful for you. Yesterday was a very challenging day for me.
It was.
And I thought I had my cry out before the episode.
It's okay.
I'm grateful. Yesterday was a tough day. I haven't had a panic attack in years until yesterday. And really, what an opportunity, because of what we're going to be speaking about today in this episode is PTSD and panic.
I feel like God
anxiety.
really allowed you to get connected. It was actually meant from that evil snake.
Wow.
The enemy trying to come on you to just, I mean, we were planning out these episodes and it was strong, and I could just see exactly what was going on. And I could see how God is turning that. And he's like, actually, I'm going to allow you to be really connected to what you're going to share so that your audience really relates to
Man, did
how
I get
connected you are.
I got connected. Wow. I haven't experienced that in a long time, years. And I know we're getting to gratitude, but we're here.
Right.
We're here. It was confusing to me because I feel very healthy in my life right now, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. I feel healthy. I feel whole and complete. And yet, because I got so connected to my past self, man, it was easy for me to be able to have these confusing, deep emotions of dread and like the world's going to end and just
Everything's
darkness.
against you. Yeah.
Come on, Travis.
It's okay.
It was this darkness that I was really having a difficult time working through. I'm very grateful that you listened to me. I shared with you, hey, I'm okay, but I'm experiencing a panic attack right now, and I'm working through it. Because I wanted you to know where I was, and it was confusing to me, like how to process and work through it. And so I'm grateful that you were there for me. You listened to me. You didn't try to fix me. You didn't give me solutions, but you heard me. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It took me a long time to get through that gratitude.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, this is real life stuff. The enemy is just attacking us from every angle. And the closer we get to recording days, the more it intensifies. And yesterday was really intense on every angle.
Yeah. Lots of circumstances, lots of things that I have turned over to God in my life. Last night I spent a long time releasing things to God.
It's not yours to hold.
It's not mine to worry about. It's not mine to hold. It's not mine to keep. I have so many circumstances and things currently that in my life that are there for me to take up my real estate in my mind, and I'm sure you do too.
Yeah.
As you're listening to this, I'm sure you have so many things going on in your own personal life, because there's 8 billion people on this planet that has emotions and has things and problems and issues and bills and relationship issues, and we're all going through things.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going with that.
That's okay. I received that gratitude.
Thanks.
It was an honor to watch you walk through that, because I've been with you through a lot of panic attacks. We're going to kind of touch on that a little bit today. But watching you walk through that as a whole and complete individual is different.
Yeah. That was weird for me too.
And I'm so grateful to be a part of that and be able to walk through that with you in a different way than in the past. That would just take us out, and the depression would set in. So many coping things.
The victim mentality would kick in, where it was all about me.
Yeah. And I watched you work that through it powerfully, and not in your own strength. You're immediately like, God, help me through this.
That's different.
We prayed immediately. That was different. And I watched you smoothly exit that panic attack that came on really strong, but it never got full blown because you gave it over to the Lord immediately, and He took care of that for you.
Wow.
Gave you a new perspective.
It's different reliving it today.
Yeah, I bet. So I'm grateful for who you are.
And it shows even more. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I received that.
Yeah, and one more thing I'm grateful for. I also needed the same kind of love and gentleness last night when I had lost my patience, and the whole day had just gotten to me, and now it's 11 o'clock and Haven is sick and needing me. And I'm like, I just want to go to bed. That's all I want.
Yeah.
We'll start today over. And you were just very gracious with me and loving and supportive. And I was able to mentally shift my perspective of what she's really needing from me. And that was really, really helpful.
Thank you. I was telling Joel when he arrived here today that yesterday was an opportunity day. An opportunity day to where I believe I had the opportunity to work on the fruit of the Spirit.
Yeah.
Where
you did.
More love, more peace, more patience, more self-control, more faithfulness, more goodness, more kindness. I had an opportunity to practice those things yesterday on a new level. And it seemed like hour after hour from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed.
So many circumstances.
And that gives me so much gratitude for God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I just want to ask you, what are you struggling with and worrying about and having anxiety about that you need to release to the Lord? You know, having that faith and trust is the hardest part. It's so hard.
It is.
But yet, it really is so simple and easy to give it over.
Yeah, but when we're talking about trust, and man, we're so not getting into the content yet, but that's okay because we're still in the content. But when we're talking about trust, you know, a lot of you that are watching this, you're watching this because of betrayal, and you've had trust relationship issues in your personal relationship where someone has betrayed you on some level, and everyone goes through betrayal. But then there's this also betrayal of God of, will He show up for me? Will He do what it is He says He's going to do and promise He's going to do? And I just don't believe it. There's some times where I don't believe that He's going to do it. And if I don't have that trust, I'm going to take control of whatever it is that is impacting my life in such a way that I'm like, He can't do it. I need to take this over.
Yeah, if it's causing me misery, I need to handle this.
Yeah.
But rather giving it over
is different.
Yeah, giving it over to Him allows me to have peace in the middle of my circumstances. Because it doesn't mean that the circumstances melt away.
Yeah, my circumstances have not gone away.
They haven't gone anywhere. In fact, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think it's the giving it over and receiving His supernatural peace that allows us to walk through tough circumstances in a whole and complete way.
I would like to just throw in the Bible into this because I don't know if we do in this, and this would be a great opportunity. It's Philippians 4, verses 6 through 8. I'll say what 6 and 7 is, and then we'll get to 8. But it says, do not be anxious. This is the Apostle Paul talking. Do not be anxious about anything. And man, there's so many things to be anxious about in life.
Yes.
It says, but through prayer, petition, and thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Like, tell Him. Like, go in prayer to Him and thank Him for this opportunity, because in all things you can have joy. In all things you can be a better person. And you're going to go through things. So thank Him for the opportunity, but ask Him for that supernatural peace that only He can provide. And it says that he will provide it. He says the peace that surpasses all understanding is something we can't even understand, will guard our heart and mind in Christ Jesus. And that's exactly what I experienced yesterday.
Yeah, I watched it.
Is supernatural peace that guarded my heart and mind. It was like this Teflon shield that went up, or it was like this angel with the flaming sword on the outside of me, and the enemy kept trying to throw those flaming arrow thoughts into my mind, and it was like they're being
snuffed out.
Yeah, each time. But it wasn't.
Extinguished.
It wasn't until I went to God.
Yeah.
It says in James, it says we have not because we ask not. Mm-hmm. And I need to go to him. I need to go to him and say, God, I need you. Mm-hmm. And that's what I did. And then verse 8, it says there's a lot of things to think about in this life. Mm-hmm. And there's so many things to dwell on. Why not think about what's good, what's noble, what's praiseworthy, what's excellent? Think about these things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's much easier to think about how I woke up this morning and $2,300 something was taken out of our account. Things like that seems so tangible to worry about. Yeah. And I'm like, well, if I give it over to God, it's his money to begin with. He's going to provide more if that's the way it's going to go.
That's right.
Or he'll give it back and, return it. So I can see, because he's showed up in the past for me, that's where my trust comes from. And so if you need to borrow our hope and trust, borrow it, because I'm here to tell you he will show up for you. He just wants you to come to him and ask.
Okay. Wow. I did not expect this episode to be what it was.
Yeah, bonus.
Yeah, we should do this as a bonus episode.
Our good friend Joel made an excellent suggestion.
I agree. And what we just went through is just, once again, real, raw, relatable talk about ourself and our marriage. And I think we can just cut here and have a great episode of just what real life can be like. And I think we went through a great step of how to process and walk through.
Yeah. Yeah. Asking yourself, what is it that you need to give over to God today so that you can receive his supernatural peace that surpasses all understanding of our worldly problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really look at that today.
I like that. Thank you. Thank you for joining us for this bonus episode. We appreciate you, and we're excited to see you on the next episode.
Yeah, where we get into the real content. All right.
Bye.
See y'all next week. Bye.